Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Today we're doing a product review on the Plinius Hautonga power integrated amplifier. And as always, we always start off with the specifications. So it is 200 watts RMS per channel into 8 ohms, and with both channels driven 20Hz to 20kHz at less than 0.2 total distortion. Now, frequency response, they've got 20Hz to 20kHz plus or minus 0.2 dB. We've also got distortion typically rated at 0.2, so there's not a lot there. Current 40 amp short duration peak per channel, fuse protected. And we've got line inputs. We also have here pre-out impedance of 15k ohms. We've got, just looking through here, power current consumption's around 600 VA, and we've got dimensions of 120 high by 450 millimeter wide by 400 deep, weighing in at 14 kg. Now, very well presented. It comes, I'll just show what I was reading out of. That's their integrated amplifier owner's manual or instruction manual, whatever you want to call it. It came in a plastic bag. There's also a little Allen key in there, which I believe is just for these little Allen keys at the top. We also have them signed off dispatch from, and also the soak tests, so you can see there it's ticked off what has been done. So very nicely presented. And again, as you remember when I did the unboxing, and I joked about this remote control, it surely is something you would not want to throw at anybody. It weighs an absolute ton. On the remote control, of course, this thing moves up and down, corresponding remote control. We have the, obviously you can see the phono CD line 1, 2, 3, and again, very nicely, is very well presented in silver. And we come round the back and we've got the connections, obviously speakers, and you've got your connections, positive and negative. You can see there right and left, and also a nice connector. You drop the cable into here and lock it down. You can see here on the phono, obviously the earth, RCA is in. We also have a switch for the ground lift. Some of these things are quite unique. I mean, you haven't seen those sorts of things for a long time, but I guess they're thinking of every possible scenario you could be in. CD input, you can obviously, if it's switched to RCA, it's accepting the RCA input. You flick the switch, you've got the XLR input. So I do like you can do balanced or RCA connection. And I've had this amplifier here actually for quite some time now, probably maybe too long, because they were sort of chasing today when they'd be getting it back, and I've probably had it for about 4 months. I do like how it's got the fuse protections on the outputs, and I guess what we're all waiting for, what did I think of this? And that's a really good question. And as we know, it's an NZ-based business, NZ brand, so NZ standing for New Zealand, and very obviously very partial to New Zealand, Australian-made products, and being a Kiwi myself, it's always great to see something coming out of NZ made here. Now, power-wise, I had no issues whatsoever. I mean, 200 RMS is a truckload of power. I found the amplifier to be quite very musical, nice, deep, solid bass to it. The top end just slightly rolled off, and I think you'd have to be aware of that. If you do have a speaker that's quite light in the top end, you may find this amplifier may make that just a little bit more amplified, in the sense that it may just be slightly, the clinicalness will be slightly rolled. And again, at its price point, there's a lot of competition in that price point. I think this is around about the 5k mark in this part of the world, and of course that price will change depending on where you live. So I guess based on that, it's a pretty cool amp. Now, solid build, built like a tank, so you're expecting something like this to last for a lifetime. If you've got a big pair of old school speakers that are sort of in the 87, 86 dB in that lower dB sensitivity area, big amplifiers like this are certainly a big plus. I played vinyl through this CD, and I also used you can see in the background there, the Gold Note DAC, the DS10. So I've put it through the traps. And as I said before, I don't do 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. I don't rate things like that. As you know, I more talk about stereo, hi-fi, and audiophile. Is this a audiophile product? I'm going to put this as a hi-fi / audiophile product. So it's definitely a hi-fi product. Why I'm doing a little bit audiophile, it definitely has the audiophile aspects about it, but I feel that it's just a little bit, as I mentioned, just a little bit rolled in the top end area. And I think obviously because of the unit, there's not really a lot of adjustments to make. And that's another thing, in its set position, absolutely loved it. And I played it through some Quadrille high-end bookshelves, some floor standards from Acoustic Research, and I really, obviously I'm loving the 200 RMS, there's no argument. Not going to complain about that. And I also think the finish, it really is, if you're looking for this style and this is the type of product you're looking for and you want a Kiwi amplifier, you're certainly not going to go past this. So I think, to sum it up, the Plinius Hautonga from our friends at Plinius, wow, I really enjoyed it. A very musical amplifier. There was nothing here that really disappointed me. I'm only alerting you to the top end segment, just if you are got a speaker that's a little light in that area. This just may accentuate that a little bit. So other than that, I think it's a fantastic amplifier. And at its price point, there's a lot of competition. So you're really going to have to make sure if you're going to be doing comparisons, have a good listen, decide what you're going to do. And if you are running a particular pair of speakers, why not maybe see if you can get the amplifier on loan, or take your speakers and just have a listen if you want to reconfirm exactly if it's the amplifier for you. But again, 10 out of 10 to the guys at Plinius. This Hautonga amplifier is really well constructed. I love the remote control. I love the actual layout. It's very simplistic, and if you're looking for this type of look, really it's fantastic. I mean, there are no bells and whistles, no digital displays. As I said, the control here does go up and down via remote, so it does have the electric or mechanical volume control, which is quite cool from a distance. And as I said, there's one of the heaviest and biggest remotes I've ever seen. You certainly wouldn't accidentally throw that at a window. The window would definitely come off second best. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's product review on the Plinius Hautonga integrated amplifier. And if you'd like to find out more information, you just duck onto Plinius's website. I think it's just pliniusaudio.com, or just search Plinius Hautonga, and you can see there, if you're looking for the spelling, just Hautonga. We're using some Kiwi terminologies there, but again, really enjoyable. And as I said, it is a great little amplifier, and I think it's just something different, and I think you wouldn't be disappointed having one of these. So I hope you've enjoyed today's review, and we'll see you next time on AB Sound Advice.